In life, you can be one of two things, either a winner or a loser. And on this edition of Ravens Rundown, we'll break down the winners and losers from the first week of Baltimore Ravens OTAs. We'll go over all the highlights and things you need to know coming up on today's show. I am Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. On game days here on the channel, we spam R in the chat. That's our rallying cry for the Ravens. And so if you're ready for the season to begin, I want you to spam R in the comments section. Get those R's rolling. Show some love for your Baltimore Ravens. Get a little rowdy in there, and we'll get started with today's show. Have to start with Derrick Henry because, of course, Derrick Henry. What an exciting debut for Derrick Henry in the Baltimore Ravens uniform for the very first time this weekend. And the excitement was so real for Derrick Henry. The photos that were going around, I mean, he looked just so clean and crispy, wearing the Ravens threads and everything. I mean, just the way he came in shape too, looking like he's in midseason form. I mean, I was very impressed with what we saw out of Derrick Henry and the role that he'll take on in this run game for the Baltimore Ravens. You wonder, all right, here he is. He's in the back end of his prime now. What are we going to see from Derrick Henry? How much are they going to depend on him, especially when you have a running quarterback in Lamar Jackson and other elements? But Todd Monken made his plans pretty known when it comes to Derrick Henry. He said, well, if he carries it 300 times, we're going to have a hell of a year. I can tell you that. It means we're running it a lot. It means we're up in games. We want him to finish. We want him to be the closer. Shout out Mariano Rivera. But first and foremost, we want him to make it through the season. It's a long season, 17 games, so we'll see how that goes. He's been so durable, but I still anticipate the same of using all of our backs. So there you have it. Derrick Henry going to be the workhorse for the Baltimore Ravens. The King has made his arrival. Is he the new king of Baltimore now? Are we giving him the crown right away? Let me know what you think in the comment section or pinned comment today. Is Derrick Henry the new king of Baltimore? Y for yes and for no. Loser list. Let's start with Devin Leary at the quarterback position. It was a bit of a rough outing for Devin Leary as he made his Ravens OTA debut over the weekend. And if you were following this program during the draft, I did not like the pick at all of Devin Leary out of Kentucky in the 6th round. I thought there were better options of who the Ravens could have gone with. I mean, they still could have had Michael Pratt from Tulane, among others, when they picked in the 6th round. I get picking a backup quarterback. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with who they chose. And you know it's bad when even the Baltimore Ravens website, okay, is talking about the struggles of Devin Leary in his OTA's debut. Listen to this. While Leary's fast decision-making and seeming fearlessness is impressive, especially for a rookie, he did get into trouble with picks. Leary got picked once on a tip ball by Trenton Simpson that undrafted rookie safety Jordan Tools reeled in. Then Leary drilled one right into the pads of cornerback Jalen Armour Davis. Leary told head coach John Harbaugh when he first got drafted that he knows he needs to cut down on interceptions. He had 12 last season, and that work continues. So not a great start for Devin Leary. On the winners list, we find Lamar Jackson, who is coming into OTAs in the best shape of his career. He is down 10 pounds, and he's down 25 pounds from what he was 2 years ago, clocking in at about 205. And Lamar was asked, why are you cutting this weight? And he said that he wants to be more agile. And when I hear that, I'm like, wait, there's not a more agile quarterback in the NFL than Lamar Jackson. He wants to be even more agile? Oh, boy. I'm excited about this. Here's a glimpse of Lamar looking very slim and slender out there in good shape. So good to see from Lamar Jackson on that front. We'll show you what John Harbaugh had to say, too, about Lamar and this weight loss, because some people are asking, does he need to be losing this weight? I mean, is that going to make him more prone to injury? But he's got the full confidence of his head coach. Harbaugh said this, he's a pro. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he wants to be with that. So Harbaugh approves of the weight loss for Lamar Jackson there from the Weight Watchers. Name a winner from Ravens OTAs. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, somebody else. Way in the comment section, give me a name that comes to mind that was a winner from OTAs so far. One guy that stood out this week, Nate Wiggins, the rookie corner from Clemson, and his jerseys are on sale now at chatsports.com/Wiggins. We got the home purples, the alternate black, the road whites. We got men's and women's options, all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Father's Day coming up around the corner. Why not get Dad a Nate Wiggins jersey? Go see for yourself, chatsports.com/Wiggins. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Might stumble upon some free shipping as well. Look for those promo codes on the website as well, chatsports.com/Wiggins. Next on the losers list, we find Michael Pierce, who was not involved in OTA, sidelined with an injury. And so with that, it allowed for an opportunity for Travis Jones to step up. And Travis Jones had a very impressive week. Here is more from BaltimoreRavens.com on Jones. Travis Jones, another young player who could break out this season, with Michael Pierce watching from the sidelines. Jones is feasting early in OTAs. He sniffed out a screen to Justice Hill to force an incompletion and later had a tip pass. Next on the winners list, Malik Cunningham, now at wide receiver, making the official transition from the quarterback spot to the wide receiver position. Initially, when he was signed by the New England Patriots, they were playing him both at quarterback and receiver. He's been a quarterback for the most part when he's been in Baltimore, but now making this transition, and quite frankly, it's the right move. We know that he's super athletic, but with Malik Cunningham, he's not that great of a passer, but you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to use his athleticism, and you got to give credit where credit's due to Malik Cunningham, not only being willing to make this transition, but also taking advantage of the opportunity this week. Here's more from BaltimoreRavens.com. Now that it's clear Cunningham's future, at least in Baltimore, is at wide receiver, as he's formally listed there on the roster and practiced at that position all this week, even with the Ravens a little shorthanded at quarterback Thursday without Lamar Jackson or undrafted rookie Emory Jones. Cunningham worked with the wideouts. Cunningham made some impressive catches and was often targeted in Thursday's practice. He's shifty, especially underneath. Another loser on this list is Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell not involved in OTAs, continuing to recover from the season-ending injury he suffered there in 2023. And why he's on the losers list? Well, we got an update on his injury status, and it's not good. According to Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, he might be out a while. It might be an extended period of time before we see Keaton Mitchell return to the Baltimore Ravens, which would allow Justice Hill and Rasheen Ali to step up, potentially pass him up on the depth chart. Harbaugh said this: "It's not a comeback during training camp or first game type of thing. I think we all know that. It's sometime during the season. It's not like around the corner." So not the news that Ravens fans were hoping for on Keaton Mitchell there. Who is another loser from Ravens OTAs, whether it's somebody we talked about or somebody else? Wait in the comment section. Let us know what you think of a loser from Ravens OTAs. A winner from Ravens OTAs, Kyle Hamilton, the former first-round pick out of Notre Dame. A lot of hype and excitement about what he could do in year three, coming off a Pro Bowl campaign in 2023. And expectations are pretty high. Zach Orr, the new defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, spoke glowingly about Kyle Hamilton and his expectations for this upcoming season. Orr had the following to say: "I mean, man, Kyle Hamilton is the ultimate chess piece. He's one of the top players in the league. My goal for him is to one day win a defensive MVP here in the league. I think that he's that type of talent. He's that type of work ethic. He's that type of person." Last on the winners list, Rashod Bateman. Bateman taking over as the Ravens' number 2 receiver. And I'll say this, with Bateman, there's a lot of trust the Ravens are putting in Bateman. Even with the injury history and having a down year last year, he's got the confidence of this coaching staff to step into that role and excel, because they haven't brought in another top receiver, whether it be in free agency or trade or the draft. They're going all in, hedging their bets that Bateman's going to get the job done. And his OC, Todd Monken, has bought in. Monken said this: as the year went on, Rashod really came on, and I've seen tremendous growth. I expect a tremendous year from him, and we certainly could have found a way to get him the ball more. So there you have it. That's the latest from OTAs. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end of today's video, we appreciate you. Spam flock in the comments section. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you next time here on Ravens Rundown.